another beautiful day. I actually came back from a fine old pinball fix, and now I'm decided to stay in my car in my quiet isolation. The thing about pinball is that there are really friendly people that like to support one another. I mean, based on where I'm got that too. They give you little hints here and there, which just makes it very fun, and get some really good social opportunities and to be social. But what about moments where people they prefer to not be so social? Well, this is what we're going to talk about, and this is all about balancing. Now, the balancing social and isolation. Kind of just being extrovert and introvert. Introvert means someone who prefers to keep to themselves. Extrovert means someone who is outgoing and very friendly towards others. So how do we do this? How do we find this balance? Well, think of it this way. Think of social situations as like a gas gauge of your car. You see, for a car, you need gas in order for it to keep on going. And what happens when there's no gas? Eventually, the car will shut down. It will not work anymore, and it will not go forward. So, in social situations, there are moments where their gas gauges have become low, and they feel, or was what I would like to say, drained. They would feel so drained during these social situations. They just want to get out there. But this is the part where I say that balance is very important because as much as we want to stay in our own isolation and be our own lonesome selves and all that kind of stuff. Fact of the matter is that people in general they can't cope as well when it comes to isolation for a very, 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 very long time. They need something or something, or yes, excuse me, something or something. They need something or someone to help them, whether it be their parents or family members or just anything that they have some kind of social connection. I guess can say too. And that's why there's chances where you can fill your gas gauge back up. And the thing about the gas gauge is that you can fill up your gas gauge. You can have as much isolation as you want. But what if the gas overflows? Right. You know what happens next? Right. You lose money. You wasted gas, and you don't really need to pay that extra dollar for gas being splashed out of the gas or excuse me, the gas pumping all costs like you. But he was talking about gas all of a sudden. Uh, but um, but yeah, to make sure you don't feel too comfortable with isolation and in your aloneness. It is very fun. I mean, trust me. I always like to come back to my car and to be with my babe. This is why that's my name for my car, Babe the Benz, kind of thing too, Babe the Benz. So it's yeah, I always like to visit with her, and have a good drive on, I guess you can say too, and just yeah, I enjoy driving my babe. It's a lot of fun. I just it's very therapeutic, I guess you can say too. So that's just one way of interaction, all that kind of stuff too. When you need to take a break from extroverted stuff and want to be introverted on some areas too. But it's a balance. It really is. So my challenge for you is to practice on being social with others, even if you don't feel like you have much to say, because there are people that will help you. And kind of mostly do most of the talking for you. There are people that way, and they can talk all they want, and they're just glad to have you around. And that still counts as being social, even if you don't feel like you need to say anything. You can still be with other people in that sort of sense. So there's a lot of ways to be social. It doesn't have to involve talking. It can just be like playing video games watching TV with other people, or when you're an adult, you can just watch TV at the bar with a bunch of others, especially during a sporting event. So there are a lot of ways that you can be social in these situations, but it's always important to keep that balance. So, not too extrovert, not too introvert, just somewhere in the middle, somewhere in between. That's I guess you can say as well. So, that's what I was kind of thinking. So, it was it was a fun event back there, and I'm currently pinballed out at the moment until the next video, of course. So, it's just fantastic. There's always so many opportunities, especially when it comes to being social. And then when I feel like I'm done for the day, I just ride my babe back to home. It's fun. I mean, there's a lot of things to do on both polar opposites. Feel free to talk about it. What are some of your things that you like to do when you're extroverted, and what are some of the things that you like to do when you're introverted? So let me know. Let's talk about it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be nice. That's the end of the video, and until next time, it's time to get to work to make it work. My name's McNamer of Autismworks. Have a good evening.